Let's see if we can get this radiator all sealed up. So what I've got is a radiator pressure tester, or cooling system pressure tester. So we're gonna go ahead and use that, but we're gonna use it with it empty, and we're gonna spray soapy water all over everything. I think that'll be a better indicator of where exactly our leaks are. So did some spraying, and this is what we came up with. That's what I was saying, soapy water, just have the coolant system empty, and it's much easier to find it than trying to find where water is leaking, because the bubbles show everything. So we've got that, and then we've got like a leak there, and then I think there's one right there, and right here. All right, one other thing, zip tied a glove on here, and as I was pressurizing the cooling system, we did not fill up our glove. I made sure, this is a used glove, but I made sure it had no holes in it, blew it up and it held air, and we got nothing. So good sign. The dipstick is in there and it's sealed, so it wasn't like it was escaping there. So I think, unless we're leaking so much here that we're not leaking here, I think we're sealed in the engine. So that's great. So let's get this radiator out and see if we can repair it. All right, I'm not the best at soldering radiators, but I resoldered the bottom because it was not attached, both sides. And then I went ahead and did the top of this tank. I figured I could do that probably. So we'll see if that seals. It was only leaking from here, it's about right there. This over here just kind of flowed as I was trying to get this. So I think that'll seal. What we have left is this bottom side right up in here. I am not going to do that with a torch. I feel like as soon as I put some heat to that, those tubes are going to start unsoldering, and I won't ever get them to seal. That's my fear. But I did clean it up as best I could with the wire brush, then some brake cleaner and everything, and just kind of try to get the best I could. And so we're gonna fill that in with some JB weld, and I think that will take care of it. Leaking right there. It is. Huh. All right. We need to patch that up. And then we're still leaking in this corner. It's better. I think it's mostly stopped along here. Maybe we didn't go deep enough. We'll get some down in there. And then we got a leak right in here. We'll have to fix. Yeah, that one's pretty big. That one's surprising. Guess I should make sure we don't have any other spots like that. And then we're leaking over there at the radiator hose. That's the hose itself. It's not clamped good. It's leaking right in here. It's not this. And then we've got a leak down there. All right, we're making progress. We're sealed up here. Our patch right there is holding. top of the radiator is holding. Where we're still leaking is down there, and this upper part. I think I'm gonna have to cut out some of the I don't remember what these are called, to get to the core, these cooling fins. All right, so I got these to seal up, and so we can pressure test it here. I mean, it's not perfectly sealed, but it's good enough. So I pulled away some of this stuff, pushed it down, got way up in there, and could see where it was leaking. It's this tube right here, but it's this side of it. So I got up in there and plugged that full of JB weld, and then came down here and opened this up where I could get in here and see. And right in the middle, about midway down in that tube, this one right here, between these two, but this tube, and about right in the middle of it, it was leaking. So I cleaned it up and put JB weld on it. In there, you can see it in there. I'm hoping that'll seal that. And went ahead and just, for good measure, put some on that tube as well. So yeah, I mean, it's not pretty, but this radiator is just, it's a mess. One thing to know, I mean, this radiator it's pretty much junk. I mean, I really would not want to spend the money taking it and getting it done unless they could just recore it completely. I don't know what that would cost, but I mean, it's rusted out. The supports are rusted out. You can see right in there. I threw some JB weld in there, just some extra to build that up a little bit. What I had left over after mixing some up to help bridge that back up and give it a little more strength back. It was starting to set, so it didn't look the prettiest, but I mean, it's like that. I mean, this radiator is pretty much junk. So we're just trying to get it to seal. You know, it's, you can see, unfortunately, you know, that nest of whatever pack rat was built up all in this radiator. So, I mean, it's not fared well. I think I found a replacement radiator for it. It was like $399. So if we have to get a replacement, or if we have to replace it, we're probably going to come up with some other plan as far, you know, probably a Kubota radiator or something. And, you know, just redo the hoses, redo the mounts, whatever we need to do. We need to make a new hood for it anyway, probably. So, I mean, we really could put just about anything that's similar dimensions in here and make it work. All right, I think this is where I'm gonna leave off today. And what I did is I mixed up some regular JB weld, not quick, and I did one more pass with the quick in here and let that set up, and then I took the regular JB weld because I was low on quick, and the regular JB weld's a little bit thinner than the quick. It flows a little better, and so kind of put that in there and let it flow down in there to try to fill up that, because I mean, it's hard to get down in there. And the same thing here, just tried to get it down in there, and then I put a little bit of a patch on it on top of where we patched over here, just to give it a little thicker, so that, you know, I don't want to just have it a thin patch and then, you know, it gets 13 psi or whatever on it, and whatever the cap's rated at, and it blows out the JB weld. So we made it just a little bit thicker with the second pass, the regular JB weld, give it a little more strength. So I'm gonna let this set overnight, and then hopefully in the morning we won't have any leaks. We'll check it and see. All right, good news. We are holding at 7 psi. I spoke too soon. We got a little leak right there. Oh, the never-ending saga. If I don't do it now, I'll kick myself for not doing it. I thought about running some stop leak in it, and that would probably seal it up, but I guess the better way to do it is to actually take it off and take it back off and try to fix it. I don't see any other leaks on this thing. I sprayed the whole thing down with soapy water, and that's the only place I see bubbling up. So we'll pull it back off and we'll fix it. I'm not gonna say fixing it the right way because JB Weld's not the right way, but it's better than stop leak. I think we're leak free now. The JB Weld has been setting up a couple hours. I don't want to put any pressure on it for 24 hours, so I went in and just threw the radiator back in. All right, hopefully y'all can see good enough there. And rain, so we're going to try to hurry. Let's see if our cooling system held. We are full of water, so that's a good sign. Our radiator held, at least without pressure on it. So let's see, we need glow plugs. This thing does like glow plugs. Our battery has stayed hooked up. We've had no problems with battery drainage or anything. So for glow plugs, what I do is I hook up over to the battery positive over here. We can hook up here or on the battery itself. And then the glow plug wire is a little frayed up here at the top. And so I just hook on right there. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012. 12-second glow plug, and then we're just jumping in the starter. Forgot to put it in gear when I jacked it up to keep it from rolling. My wrench is getting hot. What I did is I clicked it once to engage the Bendix. What this thing does is this shoves the Bendix in and then engages the starter as well. And so I clicked it. What it's doing is it's clicking the Bendix in, but it's not shorting these terminals across. It's probably dirty. We'll probably take this apart and clean it. So I'm clicking it to engage the solenoid, or engage the Bendix, and then jumping across these two starter lugs with the wrench, which we're making the wrench hot because we've got the whole current coming across the wrench. Engage the Bendix. Cooling system, check. Well, we don't know about if it's going to hold pressure, but right now we can run it with the cap loose at least. Tires are holding air. Hydraulics are working. I mean, I think we need a seat, but we can deal with some kind of a seat later, but I think we're in pretty good shape. I think we've got it in a state where we can probably go get the disc for it. So I'm gonna let the guy know whenever he's available. I'm just gonna load this thing up and drive it over and get the disc. He's also got the key for it, so I'll be able to see if the key actually works. That's why I haven't hacked into the wiring on this thing, is you know, because he's got a key for it, and you know, it may all work. So before we tear into that, we'll try it with the key. But it's running. And we'll flush the flush the radiator out a few times. But right now, you know, it is working. I took it all the way down to the kill position. Let's see. Let's hit the. Well. It's raining, or I'd take y'all for a drive in it again, but try to figure out some kind of a intake filter. Let's see, I don't know where the kill position is. I think that's right before the kill position. Yeah, there it goes. All right. Oh, and we got to fix up a return line for the fuel injectors. But all right, that's it. I'm quitting for today. I'm getting wet. So I will see y'all in the next one.